It all started 7 months ago with a posting of Gaijin, a tank in a desert and a big familiar looking worm in the background. Now that a new April's Fool event is published, we finally found out what that post was all about. This year's April Fool event is a Dune-themed battle on a desert planet. We got 2 teams that fight about the control of the so-called Cinnamon Fields. The mission objective is to achieve control over the 3 key points in the desert location. The House of the Bull and the House of the Hawk use the same combat vehicles, but each house has one unique combat vehicle. Before we have a closer look at the vehicles and how I recommend to play them, I have a final word of warning. Fear the worm. Firing guns and moving at high speed attracts the sandworm. Let's start with the game mechanic. Each team can pick between 5 vehicles. As mentioned, they are pretty much the same except for the one special vehicle. For the blue-collared team, this is the Song, a special assault tank that uses a high-frequency sonic pulse. And for the red-collared team, this is the Otter, heavy twin-gun tank. To play these vehicles or to jump into a Dragonfly-shaped helicopter, you need to earn spawn points by capturing one of the 3 capture points or by destroying enemies. I haven't played many arcade battles, but I assume it is the same aiming mechanic like in arcade battles. And just when you thought you're casually cruising around in the desert, taking out enemy by enemy, the worm appears from beneath you. The red circle is the indicator where the worm will appear. When you make enough noise, it will get you. Oh, and another hint, you don't have to be at a capture point to rearm. Vehicles and how to play them. Let's start with the quad. This is a very fast light vehicle equipped with some armor-piercing shells. The penetration value is rather disappointing, but in addition you have some missiles. You can lock on an enemy and just fire the missile. It will find its way to the enemy. I use this vehicle to move fast to the capture points or to flank the enemy. I only shoot on other quads with the gun or the missiles, scout some enemies and damage some of the more armored vehicles. It is also good for shooting down the hostile helicopters. A good advice can be to always stay on the move. The CTT. This is the main battle tank of each side and actually has some armor to use. It comes with a HeatFS shell and I like to play it from the second row in a hull down position, or even better, brawling with the team. Take out some of the early fast quads and move step by step to the capture points. Quads shouldn't be much of a threat, but the special units of each team and the rocket launcher can be dangerous. When you face an enemy CTT, the arcade modes tell you where to shoot at. This is a tank with a lot of rockets mounted on the roof and maybe your best choice against every enemy. The rockets can do some serious damage, but don't perform that well with a distance beyond 800 meters. This is why I like to use this vehicle in close combat situations. Peek around the corner or over a ridgeline and spam the rockets at the enemy. Keep some teammates close to you for help and make sure to back up. The rockets on the top of the roof can also cause an ammo wreck, so only engage unaware enemies and when it is safe to do so. Now let's have a look at a TOPTER. The Dragonfly-shaped helicopter comes with 12 infrared guided missiles and a cannon and a hover mode. I like to use it later in the match or go to an area where the enemy is focused on my teammates and I can support my team. I climb at around 2 kilometers and find a target. Then I use the lock on target button, you can find it under common settings, and lock on the desired target. Get within the range, shoot a rocket and back up again. You can also fight other TOPTERs to clear the air. I don't use the hover mode. There is not much solid cover to hover behind and otherwise you are a sitting duck. TOPTERs are very squishy and everybody can shoot them down. The Song. This is the one-shot machine for the blue-collared team. You can shoot a sonic wave directly on your enemies or let it follow the ground in front of you. The sonic wave doesn't travel that fast, so it is better to engage enemies that stay put at a position or move closer to the enemies. The rest is just point and click. Oh, and I read you can shoot through walls, so B is a good point to go to. The Otter. This is the one-shot machine for the red team, and in my opinion the best tank in this event. It pretty much uses the overpressure mechanic and you can shoot the shells at anything, with the aim lead of the arcade battles even at helicopters. I like to stay hull down and snipe from the second row with it and only move on when it is already late in the game. The next topic we have a look at is the map. We got one map and it's pretty simple. The capture point A is more in the open field. I only move there with the fast quads or the armored CTTs. In the late game you can also use the other tanks to move there, but keep in mind that there isn't much cover. The capture point C is better suited for the R-Lau, for example, or when you want to peek and boom around a corner. You got some solid cover to protect your tank. B is in a building, therefore you got some cover, but the enemy can also be around a corner. And we got a red circle that is closing in from time to time. This is the worm, so make sure not to make too much noise when you are close to it or get away from it fast. Rewards. From the 1st of April to the 25th of April you can achieve 12 marks of distinction by completing stages. Each stage lasts 2 days, and in order to get to the next stage you must earn at least 20,000 points in these battles. For each stage you get profile icons, chest keys, decals, etc. Nothing that special in my opinion. With the cinnamon you get for every 4,000 earned points you can modify your received profile icon at the end of the event. The April chest. We also have the possibility to buy some April chests in the shop. A chest costs 10,000 silver lions and a key for it 50,000. You can also obtain chest keys from the different stages in the event. It is a unique chance to get items from the past April events, but everything I read so far it is more like a money pit. So far I cannot recommend to gamble your hard-earned silver lion on those chests. In my opinion the event is nothing special but a nice change from the regular matches. Once you know how to play each vehicle it really can be fun. We got some cool new vehicles to play and a war monster. I'm curious about your opinion, let me know about it in the comments. I hope I was able to give you a little overview and help you to enjoy the new vehicles. Like, subscribe and leave a comment if you want to, and check out my Discord server for more information and to connect with other players. Hope to see you in game soon.